Welcome back, you guys. So we have a special guest today, Pierre-Olivier Leclerc. He's a Firas Zahabi black belt, which is like all the qualifications you need on planet Earth. But he also has won first place medals at IBJJF and ADCC Opens. And today he's going to cover a little bit of Anaconda for us, finishing mechanics and entries as well.
Yeah, Anaconda is one of my favorite choke. I feel a lot of people, like, one of the big struggle they get is like they try to lock their hands and like kind of go into like a big extension. It's actually the opposite. So I'm going to touch up on that, and I'm going to show also like how I can use the cross grip to kind of slow down the action and like pick my shot. So one of the things is like you start like in a front headlock situation. All right, I make sure like my knees are off the mat. I'm putting a lot of pressure here. One of the main important thing is getting your elbows tight. All right, you don't want to be wide open like so. Because when I turn my partner, see, I'm going to kind of sit to the outside. As I turn my partner, if I'm wide open like this, he can start opening up this elbow and coming back over the top. Okay? So as I fall, I make sure I'm covering that elbow. So even if he's resisting here, it should be harder. Okay? We'll turn around a little bit. Now, notice I could switch right away for the Anaconda, but one of the issue with this is as I do this, he might get his elbow out. So open up your elbow. Yeah, and I'm going to lose the grip. So instead of switching for the Anaconda, I'm going to actually get a small bridge and find what I call a cross grip, okay? So I'm grabbing the far tricep and grabbing my own forearm and pinching my elbows. Now, this does two things, all right? It slows down the action, but it prevents him from going turtle. Go turtle for a second. Yeah, I can always turn him back down, keeping away his grip. And if he tries to bridge over the top, I have my right foot as a small bridge and it makes it hard. Okay. Now, most of the time, as we get here and we're in this position, he's going to try to open up elbows to try to alleviate the pressure. So whenever I'm ready, I'm going to start like kind of going to my back and using my inner thigh to push on the elbow down. As I do this, I do a counter pressure. So I'm pushing down with my thigh and I'm going deeper with my left arm to get like deeper with the choke. Now I'm going to start already walking in. I'm not choking yet. Okay. As I walk in, I'll release the cross grip and lock my figure four. Now, this is where a lot of people make mistake. They try to extend. Instead of trying to extend here, I'm actually trying to bring my right elbow down and connecting my elbows together like you would do in a rear naked choke. Okay. As I do this, I'm going to walk into his head and we're going to get a super strong choke. Okay. And this is obviously something I will do over the course of a few seconds. I'm not trying to go hard one shot. I'm pinching, getting deeper, walking in, locking, and now I'm applying my pressure, getting a strong choke. All right, so real quick, I'll show it again. We start in a front headlock here. I'm heavy on my partner. I go to turn him. I use this foot as a bridge, and I make sure my elbows are tight, and I'm bridging in case he turns. Now, from this position, I'm going to fish for my cross grip. Elbows are tight. He tries to open up his elbows. I'm going to use my thigh to push down his tricep to make it easier for me to get deeper with my arm. As I walk in, I close my figure four, I bring my elbows together, and we get a strong finish. Now notice, just like the rear naked, I'm not trying to extend, I'm trying to bring my elbows down, and I'm doing a slight retraction to get a strong choke. Yeah.
So you're using the strong muscles in your back as opposed to just walking into your opponent, because sometimes when you walk in, they can just walk around as well.
Exactly.
And then you have this like clock action, which is kind of neutral, you know, because you can walk, but they can walk as well.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, it happened in matches with me. Sometimes, like I would get to that position, do the same, like the whole finishing motion I was doing, and as they walk, I'm just gonna keep walking. And this is where I was saying about like kind of building up your choke. So I don't go like hard in one shot. I slowly contract, and at some point I'll get the tap. Because like there's a constriction that I just build over time.
Yeah. You don't want to burn your arms out, and that slow progressive squeeze is the same mechanics as a rear naked choke.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Exactly.
And this entry is so nice because there's some entries where you kind of drop, and you punch the long arm and then you shoot it through, but you can give up top position.
Yeah.
But this entry is so nice. It's just like a little bridge. Can you show the entry one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk about like how like the thing you got to look out for. So like as I fall down, all my weight goes on your knee, and I'm really like kind of pulling you over and bridging. Now the thing is, like, some people will keep rolling. So as you keep rolling, because I have a bridge, I'm still gonna end up on top. You know. And look, just come here. And if I do, I can reset or I can start like dragging,
Yeah.
exposing the back and whatnot. So like,
Just got a little dilemma there.
yeah, exactly.
Back take
But,
Anaconda.
yeah. And you can play in between falling to your side, or if they resist, you can also fall under with the long arm like you were talking about, right? You can go from one direction to another.
Beautiful. So that's something to work on. Thank you, Pierre.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Pierre is at Tristar. He teaches at various gyms around Montreal, and you teach privates as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So people can reach out to you on Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah, absolutely.
and yeah, check your stuff.